welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have a special guest.
Hey.
This is my best friend, y'all.
What's up?
Thalia. So today we're gonna talk about the strip club, basically stripping, bottle service, because I did start as a bottle girl. And we're gonna do like a little mukbang because we got some sushi and you know.
So we're gonna talk and eat at the same time.
Yeah, so let's dig in because we hungry. So I'll start first. How I got into the industry. I got myself into the industry. I was like the whole Cardi B era when I was graduating from high school.
How long have you been there now?
Since 2018.
3 years. Well, actually, since I know you.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. So I've been working at the same club for 3 years now. I started when I was 19. Basically, I just looked up strip clubs because I always said I was going to be like a stripper or whatever, you know, the whole Cardi B thing. So me and my cousin went and I went to apply, but I didn't know how to apply for a stripper, you know? So like when I came, I was like, yeah, I'm just here to apply. So they're like, oh, what do you want to be? A waitress, bartender? And they're stating everything but a stripper. So I'm like, a waitress, like all nervous and shit. I'm like, I don't know.
I was so nervous when I went to the first time, so
yeah.
I totally get it. And you went by yourself. I
No, I had my cousin with me, but she didn't want to apply. She chickened out when we finally got there, so she's bogus.
No, so. I mean, it's super nerve-wracking. I remember I applied, and I actually didn't go back for training. And then sometime after is when I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stick to it. Because I ended up quitting my other job, so I really had no choice.
Right.
At this point. But I was scared as hell, girl.
I don't know how.
And I was only waitressing. You were thinking about dancing already. Girl.
Oh, yeah. I was like straight stripper, like off the bat. But I did start as a waitress, so I was waitressing for 2 years before I transitioned to be a stripper. So I got a lot of experience from being a waitress. Thalia, she's still a waitress, so.
That's actually how we met. We met because she came and she moved up to VIP waitressing, which is where we still currently work. And then after that, we like hit it off. But I've been waitressing for 5 years now. Yeah, 5 years. And she came 3 years ago.
So I just turned into a full-time dancer in July. So after the whole quarantine thing, our club switched up a little bit. So I thought dancing would be a better choice, and I was just more confident. Like I knew the insides of the game. So, and then I had the support of everybody, like all the staff members supported me.
I think it's, you know, it's definitely for some and it's not for others, but you're awesome at that. You're awesome at dancing, girl. You make that money, girl.
Okay, we're gonna talk about how what waitresses do. Like, what do we do as a waitress? Like, that makes it different from being a stripper.
I mean, we definitely have a direct relationship with the dancers. I think we work off each other. I think the relationship is super important. But waitresses, I mean, we are VIP bottle service girls, so we mainly take care of the private rooms, which run, so anywhere between 600, to 1,600, and that all runs from like half hour to an hour depending. We have different rooms upstairs and downstairs. We take care of that, and we bring out the bottles. We run the larger transactions, and the waitress actually has more communication with the guests as well, not just the dancer.
They have a lot more responsibility.
Because definitely running bigger transactions. Like
as a waitress, you not only have to entertain the guests and make sure he's having a good time, you have to make sure all the transactions are right, all the numbers are right, all the bottles you're bringing are the correct bottles. Like, it's just a lot that goes into it. And then once you finally get that stress off of, like, you know, trying to get the whole transaction ran and whatever, because like sometimes we run transactions that are
takes a while,
$20,000 transaction, you know, something like those aren't easy to just. Yeah, you're not gonna just run no card. You gotta actually know what you're doing, you know?
Yeah, and sell and upsell. I mean, obviously, just sell good bottles. We are infamous for Blancs, thanks to Miss Lisa.
Yeah.
Our manager.
We're the biggest PJ sellers in the Midwest. So.
Waitresses also sometimes join the room, depending if the guest, sometimes they'll like us and they'll be like, hey, I want you to, join the room, or I want to spend some time with you as well.
Mm-hmm. And you can make a lot of money as a waitress. So when you get bought off, so basically like waitresses work in groups, I'd say, because we work in pool tips. So I'm saying we, like I'm still a waitress. Mm-hmm. So when I was working as a waitress, like we worked in pool tips. So say this girl's hustling this guy, whatever. Like 3 other girls are hustling another guy or whatever. So all that money comes back to the same pool tips. Mm-hmm. So if you were to get bought off in that room, you have to put that in the pool tips too. So like that's kind of like the con of it. But still you get put in the position to be in those rooms more than a dancer.
Right.
So that's kind of like the pro of it, because those rooms are what you get $1,000 for the hour. Mm-hmm. Obviously you don't get the whole thing as a waitress because you have to split it, but as a dancer you could keep the whole thing. But it's harder to get those rooms because you have to find it yourself.
Right. As an entertainer, you work kind of on your own, whereas when you're in VIP, you're already automatically exposed to these rooms because you are the waitress for these rooms. Mm-hmm. So you have direct contact with these guests, these really good guests, and a lot of times they will want to add you into the room.
Like when a lot of people ask me how did I have money to get my apartment. I was a full-time waitress at that time, so you can make money as a waitress. And
yeah, absolutely. And I've been waitressing, I'm telling you, 5 years. I've been really good. As long as you have good
energy.
Yeah, and then you're always, obviously it just comes with like getting ready. Like you can't show up to work looking like a bum. At the end of the day, you are in an environment where people come to look at you. Mm-hmm. So you have to come prepared and look pretty and get ready. And then on top of that, if you have a bomb-ass personality, aka us, they always love us. So we're out here always making this money. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. As far as waitressing, the basics is just, I would just say, taking care of the room, the bottles, running the money, and taking care of the guests.
Yeah.
Top priority.
What would you say are the pros and cons of waitressing?
Like you said, I think the pros are definitely being exposed to these rooms and having the potential to make money. Whereas like when you're, like you said, an entertainer, sometimes you have to go out and get your money.
Yeah, you have to pick through the crowd to find that one.
Like for us, they just come up to us because the girls bring.
Yeah, he has money, make sure you get as much as you can.
Right, the entertainers automatically come up to us and they're just like, okay, we're going to do a room. We don't really look for it. It just kind of comes to us. We're the entertainer. That's her job, to look for the guests. Mm-hmm.
But I would say like a con of being a waitress, you don't get to get like little money too. Like this guy, he did one dance with me. One dance cost $30. He gave me $400. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you don't get to look up on little stuff like that.
Right. Like they definitely have more freedom. Waitresses, we have a set schedule. They get to come in, the days that they like. And then, like she said, these little things where like you can go up to a guest and they can just give you whatever they want, and that's it. We don't have that,
Yeah, because some guys
don't go up to them like that.
Right. Some guys don't want to do rooms or. So waitresses basically make their money off transactions. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna let Thalia explain that a little bit.
So right, I'm like, I'm fucking hungry, bitch. Can we talk now? So basically, if you're not bought off, obviously we really rely on the tips. These are really big transactions. We usually always try to ask for 20% at least. We split it. Not only do we split it with the other waitresses, but we split it with the host and the bar and the house. Like all that money is shared with everyone. Mm-hmm. So when we have no rooms, what really saves us are, these big tabs and 20% of the tip. So that's pretty much how we make most of the time our money if we're not getting bought off. We shoot for both. Honestly.
So they get the tip off of the bar tab, basically, from the rooms.
Yeah. So let's say a bottle's like 600, or no, I'm sorry, 900. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they still have drinks added to that. We're talking about like $1,000 bar tabs. That automatically would be a $200 tip, if not more. Mm-hmm. The guy's really generous, so.
And people in strip clubs are very generous. Way more generous than any other place. Like,
well, yeah, because I feel like they know what they're walking into. It's a tipping, That's how we make our tips. And we can also get bought off. I think I mentioned that. I don't know. The girls can join the room. That's what I shoot for a lot of the times, if I'm being honest. Like, because half of our money we get to keep automatically, and the other half we put it in the pool.
Right. Oh yeah. So like once you like master the whole waitress thing, you're an awesome waitress. You know how to sell bottles. You know how to run the transactions in your head because it's very repetitive. That's when you can like start getting into the rooms, start like getting to know the guests personally because like a lot of them come back.
Comfortable.
Yeah, you become comfortable, and then you'll become comfortable with the girls. The girls, like the dancers, they'll want you in the room more, and then they'll want you to like get bought off too and try to help you make money. So
right, that's another thing. You know, the relationship is so important between the dancer and the waitress as well.
So a lot of girls ask me in my DMs, my Snap, how to come into the industry. First things first, don't be scared.
Do it.
Yeah, you just gotta do it. Don't try to question yourself. Don't try to overthink it because like you'll talk yourself out of it, literally. Like. And we all show our titties. So as a waitress, you have the option to show your titties. So say you're getting bought off. You could get bought off and not take your top off, you know? Unless the guy is like, take your fucking, you know. But most of the time, guys don't even care if you take your top off, so.
I remember one time I was literally a translator. Because he only spoke English and she only spoke Spanish. So he literally asked me to join the room. So I could just translate what they were trying to say to each other.
So she got 1,000, yeah.
I just literally sat
to translate. Like
there's guys who will come in and just like want to hold your hand or just talk about life.
It's not always just like
weird, like.
And then the club that we work at, it's only a topless club, so we don't go bottomless. I have worked at bottomless clubs in Miami, but they don't really care if you take it off or not. I only had one incident. It was one club and I never went back. The DJ literally harassed me to take my panties off. And there was nobody in the freaking club. So I'm like, who wants to see it? Like, I already auditioned. So this is like my first stage set. Like, for real. How you just go harass me after all these girls just get on stage and did not take their panties off, but the new girl gets on stage and you want to harass her to take her panties off? That's ridiculous. So you had me fucked up
into it.
Yeah, so like girls ask me like, well, I want to be a dancer, so what do I do? And I'm like, well, you got to come to my job and you basically take your top off in front of all of our managers and dance on the pole, and they'll tell you if you're hired or not. So, and like it's a mean game too. Like if they don't like how you look or if they don't think you're fit for the club, they could tell you no. You know,
right.
So it's like there's clubs for everybody basically. I was like, it took a little minute for me to get comfortable taking my top off. Like I was always shy, or like when like other managers would come in.
When you first,
yeah, girl.
I don't think I was there when you were first starting. I don't know why something happened where I wasn't there when you were just.
But you were always comfortable because like you were there longer. But I was always still.
Well, I mean, I just feel like since I was younger, man, I'm probably gonna die after this video. Whoever watches this, but
she's always been Girls Gone Wild.
So I've always been pretty comfortable with showing skin, which is kind of weird. People would expect me to just be like an entertainer, but it does make a difference. Like putting the fucking heels on, guys. Like I know everyone's like, you know, just get topless or whatever, but you know, you said you were shy to even take it off in like the rooms. Like just the transition from like even that to just putting the heels on and becoming an entertainer.
I just think you're scared because you have to go out there by yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like going on like as a stripper, you literally get dressed. You don't talk to anybody. You don't have to, you know, you check in with DJ. And you just look around and it's the biggest fucking crowd ever, and you're like, who do I go up to?
No, literally.
Like, literally, I'll come up to you in the middle of the night, like, bitch, I don't know where to go. Like, you literally have to hop, like, just, like, absorb the environment and be like...
You have to own it. Like, you have to literally
you have to
be
own
bold,
it.
You know? And I am bold, and, you know, because I, obviously, working there, like, as a VIP waitress, you have to wear lingerie. I'm in lingerie, looking sexy, you know, whatever. I've never had an issue with that. I've never actually really had an issue showing skin. And when I do rooms and a guest does want me to join and we have needy guests that want me to take my top off or whatever, I'm actually like totally normal now. But like I said, I've been working there 5 years. I'm totally used to it now. But at first, oh my God,
You were shy?
I was probably the most awkward weirdo. Like, I can't
Really?
even. Oh my god!
Thalia was
like-
actually the first person to help me get bought off in a room, so she a real ass bitch for that.
Was I?
Yes, remember? It was like a room and everybody was getting bought off. So basically, Thalia came into this room and I was waitressing and she's like, why aren't you bought off yet? Everyone was bought off. There was like 10 people in that room. And then I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. So then we started dancing. She's like, you were like, come here. And then we went to go dance on one of the guys. She was the one dancing on him. She's like, just dance on me. Like,
God.
She's like, just, whatever. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't know what to do.
Like, oh my god, I can't.
Baby stripper Kiki.
Seriously, well, I'm like a totally different breed now. Like, when I'm in the rooms, like, I'm not really shy anymore. Like, I'm not even scared. Like, these numbers just, they're so normal to us. Like,
yeah, and you can't, when you look at the room and be like, $1,600, you can't be scared when you're selling it.
You
Like,
can't
I'm
say-
worth $1,600, you better pay for it. You know what I mean?
right, exactly. Like, these numbers where they're like, we're trying to buy off, like, let's say 2 girls, 3 girls. We're talking about transactions that are like
10,000.
$1,600 per lady, like, for an hour. Okay, and these guys will party all night. So they're going to be staying all night. I mean, we've had transactions over 20,000 for one guest. Easy.
Facts.
Easy.
I seen someone come in there and blow $100K.
So listen, 1,600 is not a scary number to throw out there. I'm just like, yeah, it'll be 1,600. And
You see Joe Biden was handing that shit out like it was nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And
they
then-
got that. You got that stimmy.
and realistically, it's not even 1,600 because we'll upsell.
Yeah.
We'll say 1,600, but then we'll be like, oh, can we get this bottle? And the bottle will be like $1,000.
Yeah.
And we always
Facts.
try to upsell to that bottle. Always.
And then that's more money for the club, more money for the waitresses, because a bigger tip. You just gotta help everybody out to help, make money.
Yeah. So
But-
everybody helps each other out. That's why I'm saying the relationships are so important because everyone gets tipped out at the end. It all starts from like the host seating the guests, or the host knowing a guest is gonna be good, seating them in VIP,
And like being
then
good with the host, that's one of the main things I could tell like you baby strippers, be good with the host, because when I don't know where to go, all I have to do is go up to one of my hosts and I tip them good too. Like that matters too, because like you gotta spend
don't
money
be
to make
stingy.
money.
Yeah,
Like,
at the end of the day, they'll help you. They will literally take you to the rooms. They'll take you to the guests. That's so important. Don't if you're.
but our club is
stingy,
like, I don't know if you worked at any other clubs, but our club is like one of the best clubs.
Oh,
fuck,
bro.
my camera died.
What?
No.
Welcome to the Kiki and Thalia show, ladies and gentlemen,
You know what I'm saying?
where we show titties for $1,600
Ass and titties. But basically how dancers make their money, I just did a week, what I make in a week, and I kind of like went into detail like each day, what did I do to make that money. So basically it's stage money, dances, guys will tip you randomly. Like I was at the bar, some guy was like, here's $20, like, you know what I mean? Like and then you can do rooms too, or section money is really good. It's just you gotta look at that too. Like as a dancer, you have to really look at the end result. Like say a guy has 3,000 singles, but you have all your friends in the section with you, you're not gonna get a bunch of that. You know what I mean? Like you gotta play it smart. Put your energy where the real money is.
Right.
For sure. You'll know who's giving your money's worth and who's not. Because like I feel like baby strippers try to sell themselves short. Like, oh, he just give me $100. I'm gonna wait here forever and see if he'll give me more. Like, no, like you could tell.
You gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, you could tell who's not gonna give you more money, who is,
Right. So there's definitely still a lot to like know about the club. I know a lot of people have questions, so I think you guys can definitely comment and leave any kind of questions you guys have, or anything you guys just want to know in general. Like we'll definitely share that with you guys. It's interesting. It's definitely a different world. Like I said, it's for some people and it's not for others.
It's something to get used to. For
Yeah.
Sure. I don't think it's anybody's normal.
No, it's not. But it's also fun. Like, there's definitely no regrets. Like,
Yeah,
some people are more bold than others.
Yeah, the
but-
strip club industry honestly like changed my life. But yeah, guys, so that's basically it.
So yeah, so we'll for the next couple videos we can talk about like how it affects, I guess, your personal life.
Yeah, or whatever other questions, concerns, whatever you guys
anything.
got.
You guys have questions,
Topics, like
yeah.
this is my best friend. Literally, she's not going anywhere, so you'll see her on my channel a lot.
Yeah.
So
let us know.
And let us know for our next mukbang. What should we do?
Yes.
Well, that's it for this video, guys. I'm gonna leave Thalia's social media down below, so make sure you go follow her on Instagram.
Yes.
And I will see you guys in my next video.
Sounds
bye.
Awesome. All right. Bye.